I woke up to the unmistakable sound of crying outside my apartment door. At first, I dismissed it. I thought it was just a stray cat or maybe a neighbor's noisy pet, but the sound was too human, too distressed. When I cautiously unlocked and opened the door, my entire world turned upside down. There, nestled right on my doormat, was a newborn baby boy, swaddled tightly in my cousin Emily's favorite, distinctively patterned pink blanket. And right beside him, tucked into the folds of the blanket, was a crumpled note that contained only 5 brutal, chilling words. "You'll take better care anyway." I didn't know it then, but that single shocking night, the night I found my own flesh and blood abandoned on my stoop, my entire extended family would turn against me. Because a week later, with a single post online, Emily would tell the world a monstrous, heartbreaking lie. She claimed I stole her baby. My cousin Emily and I grew up almost like sisters in this small, suffocating environment where comparison was constant. She was the polar opposite of me, the wild one, the kind who effortlessly commanded attention, the kind who somehow always managed to make the rules bend around her desires. I was the quiet one, the one who stayed home, followed the rules, earned the good grades, and was always the dependable family helper. When Emily got pregnant, she confessed it was a terrible accident. Her boyfriend, Jake, had disappeared 2 months before she even told anyone. She came to my kitchen that night, tears streaming down her face, saying she was terrified and didn't know how she could possibly raise a baby alone. I remember sitting there, holding her hand, promising her with every ounce of my sincerity that I would help her however I could. She hugged me tight and whispered, "You're the only one who never judged me." Other times, she'd resurface on social media, posting carefully curated photos and pretending everything in her life was perfect, ready for the arrival of the child. But behind the scenes, away from the digital spotlight, she was spiraling, drowning in debt, drinking again, and fighting constantly with her own mother. When the baby was born, she named him Noah. She didn't even reach out to hold him when the nurse gently brought him in for feeding. 2 days later, a cold, transactional text arrived. "Can you take Noah for a few days? I need to clear my head and get my stuff together." I said yes, because that's what family does when someone is struggling. But those few days turned into 2 weeks. And then that night, the sound of crying at my door, she was completely gone. No calls, no texts, nothing but the silent, terrifying reality of a baby I was suddenly responsible for. The overwhelming sense of sadness for both Emily and this helpless child settled deep into my soul. I frantically tried every avenue to locate her. I called her mom, messaged her closest friends, even went to her empty apartment. It was like she had completely vanished into thin air. After a month passed with no sign of Emily, I did the only thing I thought was right. I filed for temporary guardianship to ensure Noah had legal protection and access to health insurance. That was the detonator. The next morning, my phone blew up with such a vengeance it nearly shattered. People were tagging me in public posts, the words cutting like shards of glass. "Kidnapper, crazy woman. She stole Emily's baby for attention." Emily had resurfaced, online of course. She posted a photo of herself, eyes red and streaked with tears, with a devastating caption. "My cousin kidnapped my baby while I was recovering from birth trauma. I trusted her, and she took him away from me forever." I couldn't breathe.